Hey, it's Steve. In this video, we're going to look at how I use this little Blue Line Snail controller to control the top level of this layout. So anyway, these little Blue Line controllers are fairly inexpensive. They're like about $38 last time I looked. Very simple to use. You have 4 terminals on the back, 2 for power in and 2 for power out. You could use a regular plug-in wall, DC transformer for the power for one of these things, but I'm just using a 9-volt battery attached to this, and then you just have 2 terminals for your track power, and you're pretty much ready to go. So very simple installation. These are panel mounted though, and so you do have to take a piece of styrene or wood and drill holes so you have these controls poking through there, but that's not that hard to do. And I'll show you how I did that here with the upper level of this layout. So anyway, you can see here are the controls for the upper level of this layout. This structure here is just press fit onto a piece of foam. There's a 9-volt battery there on the bottom, and you can also just pull off this top part here and access the battery that way. And I can just press fit that back in place, turn the toggle switch to one of the directions. We'll go the other way, adjust the speed, and you're ready to go. So again, the reason I have this battery powered is that this top layer here is removable. And it's removable so you can have access to the track here if there is a derailment. But I also made it so you could take it off, put it on a table or desk, and make it its own display layout and have it running when it's not derailed, somewhere else in the house. Of course, remember for this layout, I built a forested hill that you can drop in place where that top section of the layout went. So if you do want to remove the town scene and put it somewhere else, you can drop in the forested hill and your layout still looks complete. So it's a very simple installation, and let's look at how I did it. The way I'm doing this is I'm going to have the controllers here inside of this structure here. I cut a hole in the roof, and this is actually 2 layers of styrene on top. I also put extra layers of styrene around the walls, so this is a pretty sturdy structure, and there shouldn't be any problems with having the controls in the roof. Then I hot glued this piece of foam, which is cut to size to fit snugly inside of this structure. And then it's just a matter of press fitting the structure over that piece of foam, which keeps it nice and secure, but you can still remove it if you need to. For the controls, I'm using this Blue Line Snail controller. I've used these on other projects in the past. They're pretty straightforward, pretty simple to use. For the controls on the roof of this structure, I cut out 2 layers of styrene, glued them together, cut the holes for the controllers so everything will fit through there pretty much like so. And so this will just fit snugly on top of the roof here. Kind of just press fit in place. And then you can use this toggle switch here to control on, off, and direction. And then this will be the speed control here. And overall, a pretty straightforward operation with this Blue Line Snail controller. These Blue Line Snail controllers are very easy to set up and use. You have terminals for power coming in and power to the track. And power coming in will just be this 9-volt battery that I have a adapter on. And those will get connected to here. And then the track power wires get connected to here. And so I can just attach those wires with the screw terminals. No soldering required. So now I'm just going to go ahead and get everything assembled here, get the wires connected, get the controller attached to this roof plate. I'll go ahead and get this roof texture stuck on here before I get everything else done, since I want to do that anyway. So again, I'm just using some double-sided tape. Now I'll just go ahead and stick this onto the roof paper, then I can cut it out. Just get the power leads installed here as well. Of course, even though these are screw terminals, there's no reason why you can't put a drop of solder in there if you do want to make this a permanent connection. Because LEDs have a polarity to them, I wanted to make sure that I have the LED inserted correctly before I attach this to the roof section. So that is correct. I just took a Sharpie and darkened the holes there so you wouldn't see the white edge of the paper, although it didn't do a great job of that, but that looks pretty good. So I can put a washer on here, as well as the nut to lock things down. Okay, with everything attached here to the roof, and can put the speed control knob back on there. All I need to do is attach these wires, and we're pretty much done. Doesn't matter which way the wires are connected, since the only difference will just be which direction your train runs based on the direction control switch. One last tighten up here, and then it'll just be a matter of replacing this battery as you need to. You can use a lithium 9-volt battery, which will last a lot longer. Those last a very long time. And I'll probably get one to put in here. But for now, just put that battery there in the opening. Stick the wires back in. Just kind of stick the roof section back on, and we're ready to go. Okay, I'll just put the tram on the tracks here. Then I can turn the power on, and we have control. Very fine speed control. The only thing with these Snail controllers is that if you change the direction, it'll just come to a stop. You'll get a flashing light, and you have to turn the speed down to 0 and then go back up to change directions. But other than that, works very nicely. And this will be a nice, convenient way to operate this little top portion of the layout. Anyway, if you do need controls for a small portable layout like this, check out one of these Blue Line controllers. They're pretty inexpensive and pretty easy to install and wire, and they might be a good option for you. Anyway, if you are interested in these, I'll have a link or two in the description. I got mine from ztrackcenter.com. I think you can buy them from other places too, but that's where I saw them and where I picked them up from. But yeah, a nice little controller, easy to install, easy to use, and they're a really nice option for small portable layouts like this, where you do want to have some nice DC controls. Anyway, that's all for now, and thanks for watching. Bye.